we have got the coziest food on tap for today. We are turning a side dish into more of a dinner casserole. That, quite honestly, is one of the most favorite things I've ever made. We've got a new way to imagine some Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna try my hand at baking today. We all know that that is not my favorite pastime, but I've got a recipe for a very seasonal type muffin, cornbread muffin, so we're gonna give that a try. Lots of great food coming up. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Okay, let's go back to last night when I made a side dish. Well, I kind of turned it into dinner, and it was phenomenal. It is almost fall, and we're gonna make a cozy, normally a side dish recipe, but right now we're gonna turn it into the main dish because we're gonna add some protein to it. So, let's make a zucchini squash casserole. So here's the deal. You can just do zucchini or you could just do squash. But the thing I love about this casserole is that I don't have to peel it. We're gonna shred it. And I love that I'm gonna turn it into the main dish. You obviously could just do it as the side dish, but I thought this would be more fun. This is why I love this shredder. Look at that.
That's amazing.
It doesn't get much easier than that. So we're gonna take our zucchini and dump it here in this colander, and now we're gonna do the same thing with the squash. Let's dump that in there too. And now we need to do something and set this to the side. So this is gonna release a lot of moisture. We're gonna put some salt on it, and we're gonna cover it in some paper towels, and we're gonna set it in the sink and let it just hang out for a little bit so it gets rid of that excess moisture. For a good 15 minutes or so. It is 4:20 right now, so we'll just keep an eye on it.
Shredder is putting some work in today.
It is. I love this thing. Okay, we need about a half a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Quality control, don't worry. Now for the topping, well, I don't know if it'll be the topping or not, but we need two different types of cheese. We got Parmesan, but we also need a little more than half a cup of shredded cheddar. So let's get a pan started on the stovetop. We're gonna heat it to about medium heat. We're gonna get some sausage started on the stovetop, but while we wait on that to heat up, I need to dice about half of this onion. Earlier today, I had on a really cute outfit, had some jeans on, but it's now 82 degrees outside, so even though we're pretending like it's fall, it's not. So I went from business casual to business up top, party on the bottom. I'm done.
With the toe peakage too.
It's important, you know? It's a little ventilation. Built-in ventilation. It's just a mismatch right now, but you know what? It'll be okay.
You're just adorable. You can't help it.
Okay, sure. You ready?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do half a pound of sausage just to add some protein to this casserole and make it more of a dinner recipe versus a side dish. So we're done here. I'm just gonna drain this onto this paper towel lined plate. I'm gonna add just a little more oil, not a lot because it's already got some grease in there, but we're gonna throw our onions in that we diced earlier. We're gonna let these saute for a few minutes and then we'll add some garlic in right before they're done. I'm adding just a little more oil because it soaked it all up. Now let's add just a little bit of garlic. We're just gonna saute that for just a second. Then we'll take it off the heat. It's popping. You see it hopping and popping? Yeah. All right, let's take that off. And let's go look at our zucchini and squash because that's where the party is at. Check us out. Look at all that moisture. So we're gonna press down on this, and then what I'm gonna do is take this off and put a fresh one down, press down. Look at all that. We don't want it to have too much moisture. So let's take our onion and garlic and put it into this large bowl. We'll give this one last little squeeze. So the author of the recipe said that this is very forgiving. You don't have to get all the moisture out, but I just want to get out as much as I can. So let's add this over here into the bowl along with our onions. I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I did. I'm only doing half of the original recipe just because there's just 3 of us in this house. We don't need the whole thing, but there you go. So we're just going to use 1 egg. I think the original recipe uses 3. We just need a little bit of heavy cream, so that's probably enough. Half of the recipe says you need 0.13 cup of heavy cream. And since I don't have a 0.13 cup measure, we're just measuring with our heart. Okay, we need half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. We need some panko panko bread crumbs. We need a little more than half a cup, so we'll just do like that. There we go. Parmesan. We need a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. You're welcome. We need a 1/4 teaspoon of basil, 1/4 teaspoon of parsley, and of garlic salt, 1/4 teaspoon. 0.13 teaspoon of black pepper. Done. No, I'm just kidding. We like black pepper, so I'm gonna go with a little more than what it probably is gonna tell me to do. And then I also need 0.13 of paprika. I'm gonna mix all of this together before we throw our sausage into the mix. Okay, I think this is gonna be delicious.
I have high confidence.
Let me,
Get down there.
look, I put garlic salt in, but I'm gonna put a little regular salt in because that garlic salt that I have, I don't love that garlic salt. I'm gonna just be real honest. So let me just, there we go. Just a little more salt, that's it. All right, so originally this is supposed to go in a 9x13. Obviously we don't need a 9x13, so I'm gonna grab my square 8x8. Put a little spray in there and dump this in. You know what I didn't do?
What didn't you do?
Preheat the oven. Like a big old dummy.
Big dummy, yeah.
We sing that all the time, believe it or not. That's like the anthem of our house. Somebody does something wrong, we all jump in and sing, Big Dummy.
From back in the Fred Sanford and Sons.
Yeah, you big dummy.
Big dummy.
Let's put this on hold. Go preheat the oven. 375. Now we're gonna top it with our cheddar cheese.
I am hungry.
You and me both, sir.
My stomach was growling like a grizzly bear.
I heard it. We just need to cover this and bake it for 35 minutes. Then we'll add more panko mixed with some melted butter on top at the end. So it's 375, 35 minutes. It has been 35 minutes. I need to melt just a little bit, a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna take this out. We steamy. Ooh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's add some panko breadcrumbs, not a lot, and our melted butter. And let's go sprinkle this on top. Okay, let's put it back in the oven. I'm gonna put it on the top. I may broil it there at the end, but I'm gonna do another 10 minutes in the oven, and then we may set it to broil for just a few. It's done. However, I do want to brown it up a little bit, so let's turn it over to broil. I'm gonna set a timer for 3 minutes and we'll check on it.
This smells amazing.
It smells good, it looks good. It looks like fall.
It does.
It looks like fall.
Oh boy.
It's hot. Oh, it's hot.
Baby,
What?
sweetheart,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, that's good. Babe,
I'm so happy.
this is delicious. The sausage flavor in
Yeah.
this is amazing, but that cheesiness, and I love the texture of
Okay.
the veggies. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this sausage flavor and all the seasonings are just on point.
I'm so glad.
Babe,
You just
Wow.
keep saying babe.
man, I can't wait for you to try this.
Okay, well, I'm gonna dig in.
This might be on the top.
Stop it.
Man,
All right, I'm digging in. That good?
yeah. I'm going to have this on the reg.
Okay, let me take my glasses off because they're gonna steam up.
So good. Is that not amazing? I'm telling you what, you knocked it out of the park.
Dude.
I am super proud.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I could have this on the regular.
Yeah. You're talking about comfort food? I did not think it was going to be like that comfort. I had no idea. But it's got this, you know, this creamy, cheesy, the sausage flavor throughout.
Here's the thing.
And then the seasonings are just amazing.
I bet it would be good without the sausage, but man, with it.
It is something else.
You know, as a side dish, I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
But just that little half pound of sausage
Right.
elevated it so much more and made it into a complete meal. We got our veggies in here, we've got our cheese, and then we've got our protein.
I mean, I feel like this would be a crowd pleaser. I don't see how it couldn't be.
You could take this to a potluck very easily.
Oh, yeah. And it'd be gone. That is something special, babe.
Wow.
Just like you. Yeah, I might have to, there might be a round 2, maybe even round 3 on this one.
I'm kind of mad that I didn't make the full thing. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna do what I don't love doing. We're gonna bake.
Mandy and the baking.
don't want to be. So here's the deal. We're gonna be making some sweet potato cornbread muffins. We're gonna make some honey butter to go on top of it. It sounds delicious. It's very fall-esque. So we're gonna do it. Hopefully they're gonna turn out okay. But I'm baking them, so chances are they might not. Last night I knew that I needed mashed sweet potato. So I baked a sweet potato and we kind of mashed it up and put it here in this bowl. We need about a cup of sweet potato. Let's preheat our oven first and we'll get started. We're gonna preheat to 400. So we need a cup of cornmeal. We're gonna add all of our dry ingredients here into this bowl. We need 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm adding a little extra over there. Maggie's got the zoomies again. It's like as soon as we get the camera out, that girl wants to zoom. 1/4 cup of sugar. We need a tablespoon of baking powder and then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna whisk all of that together. So you need to tell me below, are you a baker? And if you are, was it just born out of you just had a desire to, or did you really just kind of make yourself learn how to be a baker? Because I'm trying to make myself learn, but I still don't desire to do it. So we need 1/4 cup of either vegetable oil or melted butter. I'm gonna go the butter route. Now, let's do wet ingredients. I've got 2 eggs. Now let's add in some butter. Before I add the butter, let's add in the sweet potatoes. I need 1 cup of these, so let me measure this out. This was just 1 large sweet potato that I baked, which is pretty much a cup. So let's add that in. Now, I think the recipe did say if you don't want to do sweet potatoes, you could use pumpkin puree and make these pumpkin corn muffins. That sounded good too, but sweet potato just sounded better to me. We need 1 cup of milk. I will say it does say that whole milk is preferred, but we got 2% and we're just gonna go with it. So now let's add in our 1/4 cup of either vegetable oil or, in my case, butter. And then we need a 1/4 cup of honey. So we're gonna mix this until it's well blended, and then we will add our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. So let's take our wet ingredients, pour them into our dry ingredients, and then we're just gonna mix them until they're just incorporated. You don't wanna overmix, I do know that. Just wanna do this until I don't see any more dry ingredients. So let me grab my muffin tin. So you can either use muffin cup liners or you can spray your muffin cups. I don't have to spray this one because it's caraway and it's super nonstick, but we're gonna fill each muffin cup about 3/4 of the way full. We're gonna bake these at 400 for 16 to 18 minutes. Okay, so I've got some of this wild grain butter, which we absolutely love. So I'm gonna soften this in the microwave and we're gonna make some honey butter. So we'll just mix this with a little bit of honey so that we can spread it onto our muffins. Add in a little bit of honey and I'm just gonna work this together. It may take a minute or 2. A little bit of cinnamon in with it because I think that would be a good flavor. Those are pretty.
Yes, ma'am, they are.
Okay, we're gonna let them sit here for about 5 minutes before I transfer them to a cooling rack.
These look great.
They smell so good.
They do.
Okay, you ready?
I am ready.
Tink.
Oh boy.
Hold up.
Wow.
I did that.
That's amazing. Buttery, sweet. Wow. Rich honey sweetness to it. And then this like kind of a silky, buttery.
Can you believe that?
Man. Good job.
I'm telling you what. Thanks. I think
Wow.
I'm good.
Yeah. She's done it again.
Mandy and the baking.
You did good, baby, huh? You give yourself some credit.
Okay, for our last cozy fall comforting meal, well, side dish, we are taking a different look at some Brussels sprouts. We're gonna make Brussels sprouts gratin. Very simple. It's gonna start out on the stovetop. It's gonna finish in the oven, but let's go get started. To get started, I've got 3 slices of bacon that I've cut in half, and we're gonna cook that here in this small skillet. I am doing about half of the original recipe that I found because, again, it's just us. So if you're doing the full recipe, I would use a large skillet for sure. So while we're waiting on our bacon to cook, I'm going to chop up this onion. Now, in full disclosure, the recipe calls for shallots. My grocery store did not have shallots. I don't think they ever even carry shallots. So I've got this onion here. I'm gonna finely dice this. Now let's slice up our Brussels. So we're just gonna cut the ends off and cut them in half, maybe in thirds if they're really big. Okay, so that's 1 pound of Brussels sprouts. Now, we've got two different types of cheeses that we're using. We're using a sharp white cheddar. The other cheese I'm gonna use is the smoked Gruyere. I hate saying that one. But we need about a half a cup of the white cheddar and only about a fourth a cup of the Gruyere. Taking my pretty little time over there, and I about burnt the bacon. It's a little extra crispy. It'll be okay.
Extra crispy burnt bacon, believe it or not.
I know, I do too. So we're gonna let that just kind of drain and do its thing. Also forgot, we need to preheat this oven to 375. All right, so I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of butter in just because there wasn't a whole lot of grease left behind. So to that, you're gonna add your shallot, or your onion in my case, your Brussels. We're gonna add some garlic as well. Then we need some salt and pepper and a little bit of paprika. Okay, we're gonna saute this for about 5 to 8 minutes, stirring it around pretty frequently.
What you eating over there?
Brussels sprout.
Yeah, I bet it was a Brussels sprout. I bet it was.
Got a few more minutes on this. I need to go ahead and crumble our bacon though.
Man, it's smelling and looking fantastic, babe.
It really is. I'm just crumbling up this bacon. It's gonna go on top here in just a minute, along with the cheese.
So what makes this gratin?
The conversations we have off camera, and then you have to bring it on camera.
Well, I just gotta know, what makes it gratin?
We're gonna add the cream.
So the cream makes it gratin, are you sure?
No.
Okay, well, just wondering. I just want to see if you know what you're talking about.
I don't, but you know what, kindly.
Okay.
Because potatoes au gratin also have like a very heavy creamy, I think it is.
Okay. We'll run with that.
All right, let's
put your gratin in there.
Let's turn that off. Take it off the heat. Now it's important, if you don't have a pan that can go into the oven, you're gonna switch this over to something that can go in the oven. Mine can, so we're good. We need a little less than half a cup of heavy cream. We're gonna cover it in cheese. And then on top of that is bacon.
Speaking my language right there.
Mine too.
So far, this has been super duper easy.
I mean, this is really easy. Now, we're gonna take this and we're gonna pop it in here. We're gonna put it in there for about 12 minutes.
It looks amazing.
I'm excited about
Smells
this.
delicious.
Tink.
It looks hot.
Oh, hot.
Whoa. Ooh. That is so rich. The garlic flavor that's in that.
And the bacon flavor.
And the bacon, yes.
And that cheese.
Is throughout. And the texture is perfect. Really soft.
Are we kidding right now?
Oh my goodness. I don't see how we can't be making this all the time.
Y'all, that's delicious. That's a new favorite side dish.
This is the way forward.
Okay, Titus. I could make a meal just off of that.
That flavor is so rich. That's some comfort food right there. That screams fall.
You have got to make this. If you like Brussels sprouts at all, make this. It does not get much cozier than the food that I made this week. Between that dinner casserole, these Brussels sprouts, and the breads that we had, I'm definitely in the fall mood. Thank y'all for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.